What's up, guys? This is Dustin
This is Jeff.
with kiteboarding.com. I pulled in one of the old kiteboarders, current winger right now for this review.
Right. I'm pretty excited because not only that, I got back on the kite this morning.
Yep, that's right.
I've done it about 3 times this year, but it was also fun to ride with Dusty, even though I may be a little rusty. No pun intended there, but anyways, excited to talk a little bit about this new kite.
Yeah, it's first of all, we got the Code NXT. They also released the Code V2. So we'll do a separate review on that. This is us focusing just on the NXT right now, which is their new school big air Aluula kite.
The delineation of new school, you might wonder what can be new about a kite. Well, this is a 3-strut kite that typically in the world of big air is dominated by 5 struts.
Yep.
So it's my favorite kite when I do kite is a 3-strut kite.
Yep.
So usually when you think of 3-strut kite, a kite that can do everything. But where Slingshot is focused on this new school, the word big air is they're focusing a 3-strut kite for big air.
Yep.
And of course they've won a champion. They're champion kite.
Shout out Jeremy, nice work on that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've opened up a Slingshot kite right out of the box and just fell in love with it. I was so stoked on this. Right away, it was super intuitive. It was very, very quick, I thought. We were in a 12 and the wind conditions were subpar. It was kind of
I'm glad to hear that because it was not easy.
Yeah, no.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough for haven't been sessioning much and getting out in very gusty conditions.
Yep.
Super choppy.
Yep. So 12 and what do you say, 16 to 22, kind of pretty big range there. So definitely held down both ends of the spectrum very well. You know, top end and bottom end. It did great. So a lot of possibilities with this kite. I think not only with big air, but as a free ride kite in general. So super excited about that. So a lot of control while maintaining the big air was like my biggest takeaway. You can really get up there. It's got more of a medium bar pressure to it, which I personally love. You really always know where the kite is. It down looped very quick. I am excited to get this kite in really high-end conditions. So hopefully we can circle back here once we get some better wind. It's Michigan. We got the doldrums. Wind is terrible right now this time of year.
We do with what we get, but I have to say my first impression, obviously I haven't been kiting as much lately, but that's a good barometer. When you haven't kited for a while and you get on a kite, how comfortable do you feel on the kite? So I think customers shouldn't be, maybe steered away from it being just a big air kite, even though it is a big air kite, but I felt for Slingshot here did a nice job with a kite that felt stable in the sky. Even pull is words that came to my mind, just felt kind of even pull, even when I did a few down loops. I did crash the kite once, but when I did a few down loops and loops, it felt like it had even pull through the loop. When I looked up initially too, I kind of got me back to the old days of sea kites.
Yeah.
It kind of has the arcing shape to it. Very stiff, and I felt even in those really gusty conditions, which is a characteristic I think you want in a big air kite. You want that leading edge that is going to keep its shape. It's going to be able to take the ups and downs, the punchiness of the wind. So I felt like it just felt really smooth. And I did ride another kite back to back in the same another brand, a 12 meter. This thing has incredible low end.
Yeah.
So the range of this, obviously in the gust, I was able to kind of dust off the cobwebs a little bit and send it a little bit. It's like when you're a kid and you jump, you're like, I was 10 feet in the air, and you're like, no, you're only 3 feet. But anyways, it gave me a good feel again to get back on the kite because I've really been focusing on the wing. But I'd say, this is a contender.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea of new school big air, because the whole industry is kind of focused on the big air.
Yep.
And that's why a lot of us got into kiting. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I got into kiting. I saw guys sending it, floating around. And then the 3-strut kite is really, broken into the market and been popular. And this kite now is a 3-strut kite in the big air realm. So, you know, I'm pretty pleased with what I felt, even despite the conditions that we were in today. Bar pressure, I would agree with you, kind of a medium bar pressure, so you always kind of knew where it was. We probably should have had a little bit bigger bar than we had today, but I did like the self untwisting. You know, I never had to worry about, you know.
Yeah, that new bar is great.
Yeah, that's pretty sick actually, especially when you do a lot of your tricks the same way and you're looping the kite the same way all the time. It comes undone, which is kind of nice. Which I liked. The other thing that I liked about the bar, I thought the diameter was pretty nice. You know, it just felt pretty good in the hands. But yeah, maybe a little bit bigger bar with this one would have been helpful when I was looping it. One little, I wouldn't say it's a negative, but when you did loop it, you heard it.
Yeah, yep.
You definitely heard it coming down.
Kind of sounds like that old Raptor.
Yeah. But you didn't get that feedback in the bar when you were doing it.
You didn't feel any
stable.
chatter.
No chatter, no flutter. I didn't feel much back stall in the lulls when I was riding it. It felt like it stayed just, I mean, you were thrown down. I mean, jumping on it right away, I mean, that kite looks like it's parked and it sits in the window. I'd say a little bit more forward, high and forward in the window a little bit. Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's crazy far forward as some of the other brands out there. That's like really driving super far out in front, which I personally like. Is kind of sitting back just a little bit, but still for an Aluula kite you want it just a little bit out front, so really like that. Right out of the bag, main difference is it has a high pressure sub valve. It does come with an attachment for that, so I talked with our rep, shout out Neil, you're the man, but reason behind that is so it doesn't get caught up on anything, and it's the fastest inflation and deflation. So paired with their ride engine airbox, you know, you can get on the water super, super quick. So, and
that's new for Slingshot because that inflation system.
They're just like that standard. I think it's A2 inflation system. So that's for the NXT specifically. Sizes, we're looking at 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and 14. So pretty broad sizes there, which is nice. I think they really, you know, you don't want to go crazy with sizes. So a lot of opportunities. I'd say it's a kite for everybody, definitely for the pros. But you know, you haven't been on a kite in ages.
No, I was able to do, you know.
Just
hold my own with it.
Yeah,
no, I wasn't intimidated by it. I felt like you definitely want to commit when you start to loop it, because it does have that pull all the way through. It doesn't just pivot real quick and feel like you lose it in the turn. You feel the pull, which is what people want when they're going big, sending the loop.
Just got to commit.
So,
yeah, overall, I am super stoked about it. Again, I'm excited to get on a 9. This is just us getting a video out for you guys. Kind of our first session impression.
Size up, I would think. I mean, this thing seemed it could take the high end, because it was probably gusting up to 23, 24. I'd usually go down to a 9 or a 10. But in the big air kite, you know, that's where the kite feels at home. Powered up, you know, in those conditions. And I think this is a kite, again, that stands out to me in the big air category. Seeing that it's only a 3-strut, really held its shape real well. Felt like it had good lift and float, so you know, nice job.
Cool. So guys, this is again the Code NXT. It's going to be the new school big air kite. Not only that, I think it's a great do-it-all kite, but really excels in big air. The wind range is awesome. I think it's very user-friendly. So
if you're gonna do a kite that has good pull, even pull, steady in the air, in the gusts, in the lulls, a lot of good low end. I think they've nailed it here with the Code NXT.
Well, this is Dustin.
And Jeff.
With Matt Kite. If you have any questions about the new Slingshot Code NXT, reach out to us, phone, email, chat, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, I don't know. Yeah, whatever works.
We're here to help you out.
Woo.